CDEV FM. Well, this is the FM station that you're listening to on YouTube. And for the most part, this channel is going to have a lot of commentary. It'll have a lot of views and opinions and stuff like that. So if you're not really into that kind of thing, if you're looking for boobs or pictures of boobs or pictures of hot naked chicks or ladies or something like that, unless I get really desperate for this channel and I put that kind of stuff up, chances are more than likely you're at the wrong place. I'm not saying that there aren't things that I wouldn't do for views, like putting up boobs in pictures on my video if that's what it takes. But no, this is basically just me doing my videos, doing a bit of radio, I guess, doing a little bit of personality, and might add some creative stuff a little bit later. But for right now, just for the moment, just kind of learning to crawl before we walk here. It's as this thing develops, I guess I'll figure out a little bit more of what I would like this channel to be about. But right now, I think for the most part, it's probably just me giving you an insight into what I think about the world and what the hell I think about just anything in particular. Because I think I'm like a lot of people. I mean, obviously I have strong opinions about the way the world is developing and what we're doing in this life. And a lot of you obviously have a lot of the same concerns, a lot of the same issues, they be personal or intellectual or whatever. But, I mean, I look outside and I see the world not as it should be, not the way that I would like it to be, but I see it as the is. It is. It just is, and that's all. And it doesn't seem as though it really serves anything. It doesn't really feel like anything is really moving towards anything. I mean, when I look around in this world and I notice, the things that are going on, I get frustrated, I get angry, I get pissed off that I see people who don't deserve the things that they get in life skating by or never getting in trouble for things that they're doing, things that they're not supposed to do, while other people who always do what they're supposed to do, that try to live the right way and do the right things, get very little if no reward. And I know some people who kind of have a religious slant to all of that, who say, well, if life is about serving other people and doing good, and it doesn't really matter what other people do, as long as you do good, you'll get rewards and benefits in and of itself. And I would say that that is mostly true. And some people say that that's karma, but I would say that well, I shouldn't say that's mostly true. That isn't mostly true. I mean, it can be true. But there are a lot of people that get a lot of fucked up raw deals in life, and they do it because most of them do the right thing. Most of them play by the rules. Most of them work hard and try to provide things in life and try to eke out their lives, and it doesn't seem like it really gets them anywhere or does anything. And I look at those things and I kind of wonder why that is. I mean, what does it say of a society where almost the majority of people take their heads, they stick it out, and they take a peek, and they know that there's something wrong, but they just as easily stick it or pop it right back in or bury it in the sand in some cases and just keep going. I think I know why that is, because life is daunting. It seems insurmountable. I mean, no one else is doing anything, so why should we? You're stuck in the middle. You're stuck between trying to figure out things and and daring to question things and even be wrong sometimes. But at the end of all of it, you hope that there's some reason, some meaning, whether it's a divine purpose or just a sign that things are moving ahead and progressing. And maybe they are, but I don't know. If you're like me, it just doesn't feel like it's progressing very well along with me, and I don't see a lot of other people that it's working a lot for too. And I could be wrong with that. I mean, it could be just the way that I see it. I mean, I know that I have my own individual biases and whatnot. But when I look at the world and the state that it is in, I wonder why. Now, there's many different ideologies and ideologies, or however you want to pronounce that, and they range from socialism to fascism to communism to socialism. There are a lot of isms, but everyone who has adopted a certain ideology or ideology is convinced that their way is the best that we can do. And that seems to be a more important question. Not whether or not this is the best there's available, or this is the better system so far. I think the better question is this the best that we can ever do? Is this good enough? The fact that we live in a world where we have more have-nots than we have those who enjoy it. Simply enjoy it. I'm not talking about rich and poor, class warfare, or anything like that. I'm not talking about people who are, sitting with their hands out, reaching for more and more and more. And I'm not talking about the people who have achieved something in life who should be required or forced to give up whatever benefits or things that they've been either lucky enough or worked hard enough to get. But it just seems to me that right now, and I don't think that I'm alone on this world is on the verge of collapse. I mean, we live on a planet which is almost, at times, it almost feels like it's unsustainable. Which shouldn't be. I mean, we're told that there's plenty, but it doesn't get around. It doesn't get to nearly enough people. And some people, of course, say, well, there's the alternative. If everybody had the same thing, then nobody would work for anything. No one would work towards anything. At least that's the argument that I hear mostly from those who are anti-socialist or anti-communist and whatnot. And it's a valid argument. I'm not belittling it. But at the same time, does that mean that we have to live in the world where so many have so very little, while very few have more than they could ever use in a lifetime? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that there isn't a pathway, there isn't a progression, a move ahead, a move forward that makes things better than the way they are today. Because you see, I mean, some people say, well, it's about our future, right? I mean, what legacy do we leave our kids, our future? And I don't want to sound selfish here, but forget the kids for a moment. I mean, in my generation, I don't know about you, I'm in the XYZ generation or whatever. I don't know that there's really been anything that's bear fruit in our generation. There's anything for us right now that we've realized. Forget the future. I mean, we're talking about the now. And so I look at all of that and I kind of wonder, what the hell people are talking about. I mean, what is it that we're supposed to do? Where are we supposed to be going? And I know some people think or say, this system or that system or this ideology or that ideology is the one that works out best among the rest, but is this the best that we can do? Can we not do better? Can we not do much, much better? Because I gotta tell you, there's a lot of people out there, I think aside from myself, who are in the same fucking boat. I mean, we may have different stories, we may have different ways of getting and drawing the same conclusions, but I think I think it's the same thing. I think some people feel that their wants shouldn't be that difficult to achieve, and that the systems that are in place shouldn't be so backbreaking that it is almost impossible to have any inspiration for anything, to live up to the promise of this better world that we're supposed to have. I mean, I watched as much Star Trek and as many TV shows, science fiction, as anybody else. I mean, from the Jetsons to the Star Trek to... I mean, I thought that this was supposed to be better than this. I thought the world was supposed to be full of a lot more promise than that. When did that stop being realized? Is it just because I've gotten older? Or is this the cosmic joke? Is this the reality that is unchangeable? I mean, I'm not saying that the world is not fucked up, and there are good reasons for that, and there's a good reason why a lot more people don't have a lot, because a lot of people do a lot of fucked up things. I mean, I'm sure that is true, but there is a reason for things. And just like the thing that has become, I guess, more common nowadays, which is to question things like God and religion and governments, I think it's prudent to ask questions about how we live and what the hell we are doing. I mean, I know some people's answers. I know some of the experts, some of the government, some of our leaders, some of the better people. Some of their answers are that we should go to war for oil or war for peace, which seems stupid. It seems like a stupid idea in and of itself, but what is the solution? How do we get to where we're supposed to get? In some cases, I guess some people are saying to get back to where we need to get, that life was better then than it is right now, which I would argue is not correct. I mean, I think life has kind of always been fucked up, but I don't know, it seems somehow along the lines in our evolution we've stalled, we've maintained a certain ignorance for so many years, and I don't want to hear that it's just religion. I mean, there's a reason why people cling to religion and are afraid to expose themselves to better questions and better answers, to look around and instead of burying their heads in the sand and seeing what it is and where it is we've come. I don't have a script here. I don't have any of this written down, and I'm probably not the best person in the world to articulate all of this, but I've got to get what I have to say out there and see if there's anybody else that feels the same way. I'm not looking for any prescribed or specific type of person at all. I guess I'm just wondering if there's anybody left that that isn't subscribed to any groups, that isn't completely and totally secluded or bought, that wants to ask these questions. What the hell are we doing? What's going on? Why is it that this world is not working? And I don't have a PhD. I know that there are, like I said, better people that ask these questions, but so far as I can tell from the gambit, the the whole range of experts in the alphabets, it doesn't seem like anyone really fucking knows, or that there's any answers, or there's any one person that's gonna be our savior and lead us out of this. So my question is, the things that I wonder about is, what the hell do we do? Is this the best that we can do? Is humanity just plagued with this cosmic joke where whenever things get to a certain point that it has to be about pain and suffering and wars in order to figure things out? I mean, because maybe that is the answer. I mean, it seems like that might be the answer. But I don't know. It also seems like maybe there are a lot of people out there that want to get beyond that and get past that. Although I don't know that that's a new phenomenon. I just think that as time's progressed, at least we have had some tools like YouTube and the global internet to talk to one another, regardless to your country or state or province or wherever. I mean, we can listen, we can talk, we can have a conversation about things, and we can try to figure things out, even if that doesn't really do anything. I mean, even if you feel your vote is completely invalidated and that no matter what you choose, someone else is always either choosing for you or your voice just gets drowned out in the noise of everyone else's argument. I wonder about that. I think about those types of things, and I'm sitting here in my living room looking at my computer, and I think I'm like a lot of you. I mean, I don't think that I'm completely like a lot of you. I mean, obviously there's much difference between any of us, any of the people that could be listening, and the people that are out there, that are people that walk by or we see day to day. I mean, there are obviously variables, but there's some things that we do have in common. You know, I mean, forget the race, forget the religions, forget all of that. I mean, forget the groups, forget the supposed prescribed ideas on what it is we're supposed to do. I'm just curious about what the hell do we do next? Where does our world go? What is our world about? And I know somebody's out there trying to figure it out. I know there are a lot of people out there trying to figure it out. But I think a lot of us also feel like we're stuck. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here where we're at, and we don't know how to make it better. But hopefully we're gonna stop and try to figure that out. That's what this channel is going to be about. And hopefully, if you're listening to this and whatever, that's maybe that's something that you're interested in doing as well. I mean, because I know that there are a lot of people out there that do question, that do wonder why things are the way that they work, why things are the way that they are, and want to know what it is that maybe we do next. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe all we can do is just ask some questions and maybe get a few answers, but I'd just like it to mean more than just what I've seen, which is this group versus this group, this ideology versus that ideology, these finger pointers blaming those finger pointers. I just don't. I don't care about that shit. I care about the fact that in this world we are so far away from where it is I feel we should be. I mean, this is not the 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 Star Trek that I grew up watching. This is not the the place that I remembered seeing or watching about being part of this country or part of this world. I mean, none of the things that that those who came before us as growing up that said that we were going to have or be a part of. I don't see any of that actually taking shape. I mean, we have toys, we have tools, but we we've we've lost something else, and I kind of wonder what that is. So I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this portion of my first video vlog. I'm not sure what I'll call this, but if any of you out there are listening and have held on this long, maybe you want to throw up some questions. You can rate it. I don't know. I don't really care. I mean, if you respond, well, respond. Until next time.